Hello, my name is Ilona. I'd like to take a look first in Australia at the Australian Open, which is tennis, of course. This is about Novak Djokovic, who is now in a hotel and he is not allowed to enter Australia because he did not get the wasp sting and he thought that he was excluded from that. There's a lot of things going on. I do know there are old pictures of Novak with all kinds of symbolism. So I'm pretty sure, at least in the past, on what side he was on. It was not the good side. And I'm kind of wondering what's going on because it is a distraction or if something else is going on here. And I saw someone mention on a Telegram channel, like, where were all these people that now showing up in support for Novak? Where were they when people were losing their jobs because of not taking the wasp sting? And that's a very good question. Why are they now suddenly in support of him, but they weren't supporting their fellow Australians losing their jobs? So I'm just going to take a look if I can see if the cards give me any answer of what's going on about this situation. Because it's taking over the media, at least in Australia, I do believe. It's taking up a lot of spinning and things like that. So what's going on? This is the Queen of Swords, that's the card above. The Ace of Wands, that's interesting. Central card. Page of Pentacles in the past. The Ace of Pentacles underneath the Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands I mean. And we have the Emperor. Oh, this is interesting for the future. So I do believe this is a distraction, but I do believe, especially with two aces, that this probably most likely is from the white hats to really show what is going on, waking up more people, and it's working. Even though you can wonder, well, where were they when other Australians needed their help? They at least now are standing up and understanding something's going on. So sometimes you have to get to those people if in another way. Of course, Novak Djokovic is very important in the tennis world, around the world. A lot of people know him. A lot of people admire him. So they're standing up for that as well. So this is a good way to get people on their feet. And that is what the black hats have been doing for a long time with us by always, making us focus on these sports, on showing all these people. So we were supporting soccer teams, we were supporting American football teams. So we're so distracted by it that we don't see what's going on. And I think the white hats are using this now to show exactly what is going on, because he is put in a hotel. If that's really true or not, I'm not sure, but at least people are believing that he is, and they're showing, or at least in the media telling that he is. But always Queen of Swords, keep in mind if it's true or not, always use discernment. But they at least are spinning the story that he is and how awful that is, and immediately you are drawn by all these people the attention of what's going on. Like this system is not right. So you're showing these people that something is wrong with the system. And sometimes it may look like, well, maybe this is distracting for something else, but I believe what the white hats are doing is using all these techniques that the black hats have been using to program us for their own agenda. They're using it now to destroy this agenda. So I do believe that this is actually put to place by the white hats. I believe they purposely are doing this. So now you have all these people coming out, saying things. People are stepping up. People are just supporting Novak. Of course, there's discussion about having a wasp sting or not. It's very interesting because a lot of people are looking up to him and he doesn't want it. That does influence people. He is a big influence also on younger people. So I think actually this is a good thing, especially what I get from the cards. And we have the Emperor, which is interesting because the Emperor always has this military feel, especially with that harness he's wearing. So I do believe there is a military on the background in the future in Australia, will coming more to the foreground. How do you say that? More to the you will probably going to see them more. Maybe situation will happen so they'll have to use the army, but I do believe that we are going to see more and more army people showing up. In Great Britain, they asking army to help. I believe in the Netherlands, in certain parts, we have army people helping out, which is very interesting. And more around the world, people, of course, are asking for the military. Of course, in Kazakhstan, we now have this entire situation fully out of control. Kazakhstan was very important, at least in the Black Hats community. So that has fallen, at least that's how I see things. Russia are helping out there, and as I can see, Mr. P is part of the White Hats. So there's a completely different dynamic going on there. We have across the world earthquakes, Iran, I believe South Africa, which is very important as well. We have everywhere around the world, and to me that's a signal that they are cleaning and clearing tunnels, dumps. They are clearing them, which means that they already cleared it and now destroying it. So I see that as a very good sign that things are moving along. And I understand that people want to know a time, when is it going to happen, but I have to make something very clear. It is up to us how long this is going to take. And I understand that's like, well, hey, it's up to me, it would have happened yesterday. That's not what this is about. It's about our energy. This is a spiritual war. So we have to truly step into our energy and take full responsibility for our energy, for everything that's going on there, embracing everything, so we will become stronger. Stronger we become, the more we embrace every energy, including the 5D energy, which is already around it. It's already there. We just need to embrace it, dare to open ourselves to that energy. We will begin to manifest it. That's the most important part. People tend to forget that. People kind of just waiting along like, well, we'll have to wait for the military to step up. Oh, I'll just hold on. I'll just hold on. And oh, everything is getting exhausted, but they're not cleaning up the exhaustion. They are not working out things in themselves. They're kind of just waiting for the military to step up. Then it's probably not going to happen. And I don't want to guilt trip anyone, because that's really not my point. We have that power. It's up to us to really start implementing, embracing that feeling, the 5D energy, the energy of connection, the energy of strength, our connection with God. That is the most important of all, that we can feel that connection and start working from that connection. If we truly feel the connection, we won't be afraid. Why would we be afraid? We have God on our side. Why would we be afraid of anything that's going on? We need to step into that kind of power, into that feeling like we've got God by our side. We feel what is right for us and what's not right. We listen to it. So certain people that don't fit anymore, we'll leave them where they're at. If it's possible, just retreat, limit your time with these people. But I do see a lot of people just holding on to the things they know, to the people they know, and they don't want to let go, which means you're holding on to old energies. And I know it's very tough. I've noticed that in my own life. There are certain things I really need to let go of. I know I need to let go of. And it's now the time to do that. And I'm talking about feelings in yourself, certain patterns, certain behavior you may have, like certain behavior, you know it's not right for you. You're not treating your body in the right way. You know you're not treating emotionally yourself in the right way. Maybe you're talking down to yourself. Maybe you're staying in a relationship that doesn't feel right at all, which is pretty toxic. It's now the time to take the step to really open yourself up. That there's so much more you can become. There's so much more. You don't have to hold on to this one person or this one job or this one situation or this behavior. I understand it has helped you through a lot of things, and you can just say thank you to what that behavior has given you so far and let go of it. It's now time to just be here now and embrace everything. Don't run away for certain feelings inside yourself. Don't run away if you feel that someone or a certain person is not good for you, or a certain job is not good for you. Let go, look around, see if there are other options for you. But if you hold on tight to that one thing that's not right for you, you're not opening yourself up. Instead, you're limiting yourself. You actually are limiting your energies. And it's now time to stand in our own power. And the more we do that, the faster things will go. You have to understand that. So things are expected from us, and that's why we're here. That's why we are in this time, because we are ready for that. That's what we wanted to do when we came here. So let's do what we're supposed to be doing. Now, I just want to take a look at maybe there's some messages from the cards right now that could support people. So I'm just going to see. Let's see, the Six of Wands, that's the card above. The Page of Cups, that's the central card. Card in the past, the Page of Swords. We have the Star underneath the Page of Cups. And the future is the Knight of Wands. Well, that's very beautiful and interesting, because both these cards are Wands cards to me, and also represent sort of the white hats. So things are moving. But we are part of the white hats as well. So the white hats is not just the military, it's everyone that is taking responsibility for their own energy, who's ready to really embrace everything, embrace our connection to God and open ourselves up. So this is about stepping into that power, stepping into that passion, energy. It's very important, again, to focus on what makes us happy, what feels right to us. So we are ready to succeed, because this is a card of succeeding. So if you are struggling with certain emotions, certain issues in relationship, in friendships, with colleagues or work, this is about a chance to look at that and look at it in another way. So this is about emotions, about connection. Really make the connection with yourself. So if things are not going right, some things you struggle with, it is time to just step back, really feel what is the connection that I still have with this person, with this situation, with this behavior, and just embrace everything, and then you can transform it and let go of it. So you can just march ahead, because we need to let go of everything that's holding us back, and we are protected. The Star card is about protection, about believing that the worst is behind us, and trusting in that there's going to be new possibilities, new hope. This is really the card of protection. So we are now in energy that can really help us take that step. But we have to take that step. We have to make a choice. This is about free will. So choose wisely. Choose your battles wisely, as they say in English. Make sure what you're fighting for, if you really are fighting for something, that it really connected with yourself. So if you're fighting for your freedom, obviously fight for it. Do not comply, fight for your freedom. But if you're fighting for a relationship that's toxic and really you are the only one fighting, you need to take a step back and look at this picture and wondering what you're doing. If you are in a workplace that doesn't fit anymore, take a look at it. Is this really where your passion is? You really, does it make you enthusiastic? Does it make you feel right? Do you really are like, this is the place I'm supposed to be? Because that's the opportunity we have now with this 5D energy to start creating what really suits us, what really fits with us, what really makes us happy. And the only way we're going to get there is by starting to do now what feels right to us. Then we start manifesting more and more of that energy. So that's very important. And I'd like to leave it at that, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye!